I think parents sometimes get confused, like, oh, he's not talking, we can't target potty training, or he's not telling me he needs to go. That can actually be taught within the entire potty training itself. So no, he doesn't need to be talking in order for you to target this really pivotal skill. Hi, my name is Celeste. I've been in the field of ABA for over 12 years, and in that time, I've empowered and coached hundreds of parents to better connect with their autistic child, to really get in their world and teach meaningful everyday skills. And today, we're talking about how to know if your autistic child is ready for potty training. No particular order here, okay? Number 1, he's uncomfortable when he's wet. He has a soiled diaper. You notice there's some uncomfortability there. Maybe he's tugging at his diaper. I hear from some parents and they'll say, oh, sometimes I just find him without his diaper and the diaper is just thrown there on the floor. That's a very good sign. Number 2 is not as pressing, but he shows you when he wants a diaper change. Sometimes parents will say, oh, he brings me a clean diaper. He puts my hand on his diaper as a way of telling me that he wants to be changed. That is like gold. That is like, okay, green flags all around. These next 2 are very important, okay? Number 3, he can tolerate traveling and sitting on the toilet for about 3 to 5 minutes. Notice those 2 pieces, traveling and sitting on the potty. So sitting is kind of self-explanatory, right? He can sit without crying, whining, trying to get up. He can have a book or a toy. That's totally fine. Let's talk about the travel part. Potty training boot camp is really dense. It should be implemented consistently throughout the day. So this means your child should be able to take your hand and walk to the restroom on instruction, on command. If there's some resistance, some whining, some crying, some dropping to the floor, and the bathroom is really aversive, that would be a red flag. We would want to wait on potty training, teach those skills. The bathroom is not a scary place to be. And then once he's traveling to the restroom consistently, then we can reintroduce potty training. And the last one is that he can tolerate wearing underwear. Sometimes kids with autism display behaviors of rigidity, and it's just because they're used to a certain pattern. So this is where it comes from. Sometimes kids cannot always tolerate wearing underwear, and the security is in the diaper. Sometimes parents get confused and they say, oh, what about a pull-up? A pull-up is the same thing as a diaper. We want that feeling of him being uncomfortable when he has an accident to increase the motivation for him to want to use the restroom. If he's really comfortable right now, there may not be motivation to travel and use the toilet because it's easier for him to just go in his diaper, right? For him to use the pull-up. Now this one didn't make the list because it's lower on the priority. He hides when he has to go number 2. That could mean like hiding behind the couch or crouching in a certain area and wanting privacy, wanting to be alone. Please consider every child is different. There is no harm in waiting until you see readiness signs. Actually, I would argue that waiting until you see these readiness signs is actually a smart thing to do. It's going to be better for him, less frustration and less stress on you. When he's ready, it's just going to make the whole experience a lot better. A separate video to come is signs you are ready to start potty training. Yes, you as a parent. I call it potty training boot camp for a reason. There's a lot of mental and physical work up front. I think it's a good thing to be aware of the work it takes up front 24/7 before committing to this long-term goal. I hope this was helpful. From your favorite BCBA, you got this.